Happy to be joined now by Michigan's Isaiah Livers, who just recently declared for the NBA draft, but keeping eligibility, right? We're just dipping our toes, seeing what they have to say.
Yeah. See what they got to say. That's it.
So what would you need to hear to sway you to stay for another year at Michigan?
Honestly, a guaranteed contract, just all the right words from the team, whoever I talk to is basically how I'm going to go off, especially with this situation we're going right now. I don't know if they're going to push stuff back and we'll be able to work out in front of teams, or they're just going to go off what they think about this player and then go off on a women draft if they don't want to move anything back. So it's kind of like I have to hear a guaranteed contract, but I'm not really going anywhere. I'm just going to come back and get my education.
Right. The deadline is supposed to be June 3rd, but the world is going through this crazy standstill. So who knows?
World's on pause.
Right. So Have you heard about flexibility or movement on dates or anything like that?
I haven't heard anything. All I know is I have a decision by June 3rd. So I really don't know anything. And then all the stuff that's going on in Michigan right now, we pushed our days back again from April 30th till June 9th. So it's kind of like, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah. Does what's happening in the world, specifically when it comes to you getting drafted, make it harder because you're not a guy who's listed as a top 15 prospect in the country?
Yeah, no, of course. I'm one of those under radar guys. I'm aware of that. But especially with this, having the opportunity to go work out in front of teams and stuff, it's just like, dang, I hope I still get the chance to be able to do that. It'd be a great opportunity. But if not, worst case, it's not even a worst case. It's a win-win for me to come back to school or get drafted. So it's both great opportunities, and I'm just still waiting to hear like everybody else.
I'm sure you're aware your head coach had a decent NBA career. When you told him you were dipping your toes in the water, what did he say?
Yeah. He was very excited for me. Before the season started, I basically just had the conversation and told him that after season, no matter what happens, I'm gonna test the waters anyways, because it's my junior year. You get one test, and senior, obviously, you declare and you go to the draft. So he already knew. We both knew by the season. We just worked all season to try to win championships as much as possible, have a good season, and put on a good resume for his first year. But it's kind of sucks for him. I actually never thought about it. I didn't think about it until 2 days ago. Thinking about Coach Howard, his first season, and it was just canceled at the end, during the postseason. He never got his first season. He never got the chance to have a postseason run, and that really sucks for him.
Did you guys have a final group gathering of hey, guess what? Our year's done.
Well, we had that when we were warming up, 12 minutes left against Rutgers. They told us to get off the court, and we had a little thing right there. We started going over our memories of the season, just try to make people smile as much as possible in that situation. And I think we got back. It was probably 2 days later. We had a meeting. The last meeting we have. I think we actually have a FaceTime meeting soon, so it'd be good to see all the people's faces on my computer. But that was the last time we talked. Kind of sucks, honestly.
Yeah, no kidding. What also sucks in a very different way is when you agree to go to a school for a certain head coach and he leaves. Now, the good thing is you got JUWAN. So you lost one great coach in John BEILEIN, and you had another pretty darn good one in JUWAN. What did you feel from your time with JUWAN? How is he similar or different from John BEILEIN?
I'll start with similarities. They're both very, very well educated on the game of basketball, and it's so overwhelming when you hear them both speak because they have so much experience under the belt, and it's just admiring and inspiring. And you want to play for coaches like that. We all want to play for coaches who have that experience. There's some coaches who just don't have that experience. You just have to learn to trust them. But that was one thing Coach Howard really talked about was trust. Coach BEILEIN didn't really talk about it. It was Coach BEILEIN. Everybody knew, guru coach, this master of the offense. That's how he was perceived as. But Coach Howard was, I'm going to first start with trust and family, and started from there, and it grew on. He took a different approach from my first year when I stepped on campus. Differences, the only difference to me was Coach Howard was younger. He played in the league. Coach BEILEIN was obviously been around the game of basketball for a long time. He's been a coach for a while. And he probably had more experience with college basketball. That was probably the only difference, was the transition for Coach Howard, the NBA to college basketball.
Right.
He handled it pretty well this year.
How did you see him grow throughout the year, his first year as a head coach?
I seen him grow At first, it was a little slow start. I think that's what he wanted, though. He wanted a little bit slow, try to learn all the things about college basketball that are different from NBA. But most importantly, I seen him with the conversations he had with his players. They just soon began something players were looking forward to. Some guys that I talked to from other colleges, they can't have a conversation with their head coach. They can't talk about college stuff. It's just not. It's all about basketball. But with Coach Howard, you can talk to him about anything, and that was a thing that really grew on me, was how I can literally call up Coach Howard after this and talk about something very serious, and he won't write me off, and he would not. It wouldn't negatively impact your minutes or anything, or how he looked at you. He just wanted to respect you and just get you to your goal, and we all loved him.
We told Twitter we were talking to you. We got a bunch of questions. Here's one. This is from John Woody Linton. Who's the hardest person you had to guard while at Michigan, and who is the best defender you went up against?
The hardest person I had to guard at Michigan, there's a lot of combinations there. Probably, if I had to say, I would definitely say Mo. Because Mo, if you closed out short, he was going to shoot over you. But if you closed out too close, he has the opportunity to drive. And if you cut him off, he's going to post you up. Mo's 6'11", I'm only 6'7". So that's the easy post hook, turnaround jump shot. So Mo had it both. The hardest person to score on, I think it's honestly a tie between Charles and Xavier. Charles is a pest, always trying to reach, get up into your grill, and X is just low to the ground. Any crossover, he's taking the other way. So,
you know what I love about that, Isaiah? I think the question was meant to say, like, was Cassius Winston hard to guard or something like that? And you took it all Michigan. I love that, though. That's a very maize and blue answer.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, I can go. I'll try and go to the lead. I mean, that's
sure.
Pretty tough. Hardest person to guard overall in the conference, I have to go ahead and say my boy Lamar from Penn State. He's a problem. He can score all three levels. And he's just so physical. And that's what really can get to a defender, is he can just blow three with his shoulders and get an and one or draw a foul. And that's really tough to guard.
I got one for you. I have, since this quarantine began, decided to join the Isaiah Livers Neckbeard Club. How am I doing so far? How's this?
No, you're good. You're straight. I just cut mine off, though.
Yeah? I think ours looks pretty similar in terms of thickness, darkness.
For sure. Okay, I see you. I hear growing the quarantine.
Listen, game recognizes game. You know what I'm saying?
Hashtag quarantine beard, man.
Hey, Isaiah, thanks for talking, and good luck with everything with the NBA.
Thank you. You be safe out here.